Okay, hello and welcome back to my channel. Once again, the place where I review all my new pickups and then generally talk about anything sneakers, streetwear, sometimes menswear related. So let's get straight into it. Before we open up the box, fit of the day here. So today I have on the End Clothing times Diadora Limoncello V7000s in that striking sort of yellow and green color. The Fiji THRT denim, again, it's still not really hot enough to be wearing shorts. 021 Essentials in the Dusty Rose, it's called, and then Walnut Paper Planes New Era snapback. So a funky kind of combination of colors today, but we're trying to push out the envelope here. So yeah, trying to do things a bit different. Cool, let's get into the box. I've got my knife, so it just moved and I couldn't find it. So I'm gonna rip this open. All right, so second I get this box out, you probably know what it is, given time of year, what it is. But here we have the Nike Air Max 1 86 box in this black. If you look at the bottom, if you don't have any 86s, you can see like the distressed, scratched up look. And part of this, I didn't really touch on this in past vids, but because these are 86, so the story with the 86, you can see here the 4 circles on the back, on the side, the back of the side, and then the back of the other side. You can see the paper through it, and you can also see the paper through the Nike swoosh. That is to represent the big bubble. And we'll kind of get into that as we go into them. So this is, reading off the label, Nike Air Max 1 86 OG in white royal blue. And this is also a women's pair. So I've seen a lot of reviews on them so far. They only came out a few days ago. Just got mine in the mail today. The reason they've done them extended women's sizing is that back in 86, they dropped the red pair, find an image somewhere, for men, and then the royal blue for women. So what they've done is this time last year they did the red pair in the big bubble, and now they're doing this in the royal blue, but they've made it a woman's shoe, which when it comes in extended sizing, the only real difference is instead of saying 11.5 here, it says 13 and then 11.5 underneath. So outside of that, you're getting the same product. Cool, and I went with my true to size, same size I have bought in the other 2 big bubbles that I have, which they've released so far. Really fingers crossed, hoping that I can complete the set and they drop Aquas later this year, because it's one of the shoes I really regret not picking up back in 2017, and I just cannot justify paying resale on a shoe that was like sat there in stores and went on sale. I just can't do it. Also, the pairs, every pair I see in my size is either really expensive DS or beaten to crap. So let's get into it. Here we have the Nike Air Max OG 86 in royal blue in the big bubble. As you can see, the bubble is huge. Just going to get both sides out. Hopefully I don't have any QC issues. I've had some people say that their pairs looked a little bit funky, but so far so good. Shape looks pretty good. I know the toe box can vary lots, like pair to pair. The toe box also on these big bubbles, it can be like really crumply at the top here. I'll insert an image maybe over here if I can find one. But with my Obsidian, I think both my Obsidians and my OG Red, it was crumply until I put a shoe tree in, and then fine. But yeah, just to work down the pair. So it's your typical OG color blocking on the MX1 with the blue panel on this felt, then the swoosh, and then the heel counter. And then you also get the Nike swoosh and the eyelets, Nike Air on the back, and then the tongue with the kind of tapered edge, which I really, really like, way prefer that. And then the sizing on the inside, which comes in the women's sizing. So my other 2 pairs say 11.5 here. This one says 13, or although they should be the same size. The inserts, I'm led to believe, are not very good. They're the crappy default Nike ones. And then the bottom is predominantly white and black with a tiny little hit of blue on there. And then you have this, the U-throat, which is this piece here. And then the two side panels are that same gray that you see on the OG colors. Just trying to see if this pair is good. In my size, I think anything over a men's 10 basically sold out straight away on sneakers. So I don't know how easy this pair is going to be to get on secondary market. I'll put an image up here of the current StockX price in my size, just so you can see what I mean, because I think in some sizes they've just sat and they're probably still sitting now. Yeah, they don't look perfect, but by Nike standards, they look pretty good. Yeah, a couple little bits from inside the box that just like scrape off. Yeah, that will come off. But yeah, yeah, that's the pair. So I'm going to put this one off to the side, and then I'm going to compare the versus the 2017s, Annie's anniversaries, as they ended up being called. I actually wore these to Austin last week. I'll shoot up 2 images. I think I wore them twice in the 3 days I was there. And I will take some shots and maybe even some B-roll and insert it. I think there's more space up on this side of the screen for me, so I'll insert some stuff in there. I think like the toe box shape is quite a fascinating one, in that I've reshaped all of my Annies, all 3 of my Annies, and the toe box shape is about the same as what you get here. Yeah, the biggest difference though is that air bubble. Like the size of the air bubble is obviously massively different. If you look at the shoe from like the wearer's perspective, much like a more circular toe box on the 17s on this side. You can also see, maybe the lighting is preventing that, but I can really see a difference in the yellowing. Obviously these are like 7-8 years old now. The blue as well, actually, the color, the shade of the blue, this will need some B-roll entered, but this is a richer blue for sure. That is a richer blue than what we see on the Big Bubble, which is a slightly more muted blue. And that's a good or a bad thing. The shape of the tags on the tongue are also pretty different. Pull that up. And obviously, like the shape from the wearer's point of view, these I've relaced properly. These are just factory choked out. I will replace these thin laces as well with something off of Amazon. Cost $5 for some flat whites. I hate these string laces, so they will go. And also, you don't get this, which you did get on the Annies, and you don't get them with the Big Bubbles, which is mildly annoying. One thing I do find with the Big Bubbles is the padding on the heel. So if you can see, this is the Big Bubble. The padding on the heel is much thinner, and what I always find with these is like my ankle is like here, and you get this big like bit jutting out, which I'm not really a huge fan of. It's a small thing, but if you look at that, it really doesn't jut out much. So I do like that with these. Cool. And then just to round off the video, I am gonna bring out all 3 of the Big Bubbles that I have released so far. All 3 of mine are DS still, but mainly because I have the Annies. Haven't really been able to find justification to wear them yet, but and actually you can see the toe, the way it's all like funky shaped on the Annie, on the Obsidians. But the second you put them on feet, they feel absolutely fine. So it's not really something to cry about too much. Can't be asked getting all rights out. So you've got a left shoe and then 2 right shoes. But there you have the 3 of them. In the pack, I think it was Wear Testers, Christian Wear Testers refer to Obsidian as like a USA themed color, which I'd never thought of before, but I actually thought it was quite interesting. So yeah, there you have the 3 of them. They're exactly the same shoe. From a sizing perspective, can't really tell. Doesn't feel massively different, I don't think. Yeah, but I mean, women's pairs sometimes do run a little bit narrower, so who knows. But yeah, that's the pair. So again, MX1 86 in the white and royal blue. Big bubble. So yeah, definitely looking forward to taking this pack for a spin at some point. Yeah, another video really enjoyed making. Hopefully you've enjoyed watching it. That's it from me. Over and out.